Russell's viper. If you asked which snake has killed more human beings in recorded history, the answer wouldn't be the one you're thinking of. It's Russell's viper. South and Southeast Asia. Responsible for tens of thousands of deaths per year, more than any other living land snake. The reason isn't the most potent venom, it's the combination. It lives exactly where humans farm. It's aggressive when disturbed, and its venom works on multiple fronts simultaneously. Destroys the clotting system, attacks the kidneys, causes tissue necrosis. The bite begins with immediate pain. Swelling appears within minutes. The blood stops clotting. The patient can bleed from every opening in the body. In rural areas without rapid anti-venom access, that progression rarely reverses. Its death toll isn't an accident. Its geographic overlap with poverty. Have you ever considered that the most dangerous animal for humans wouldn't be the largest or the fastest, but the one that lives closest to those who have the least access to a hospital? The eastern brown snake. Australia. Responsible for more snakebite deaths in Australia than any other species, on the continent with more venomous snakes than anywhere else. Its venom is simultaneously neurotoxic and coagulant. The bite often doesn't hurt initially. The victim may walk for hours before collapsing. It's nervous. It reacts quickly to movement. When cornered, it strikes with speed that most herpetologists describe as surprising even for those who know what they're looking at. It lives on farms, in suburbs, in Australian backyards, in the same space where children play. Level 2. The ones that speed separates from the rest. The black mamba. The name is misleading. It isn't black on the outside. The name comes from the inside of its mouth, dark as pitch, which it exposes as a warning before striking. It's the fastest snake in the world in open terrain. 18 kilometers per hour sustained. It doesn't pursue humans, but when cornered, the behavior changes completely. Its venom is a mixture of neurotoxins and cardiotoxins. Without anti-venom, death can occur in 20 minutes. And it doesn't strike once by defensive reflex. It strikes several times. In certain regions of Africa, the mere sighting of a black mamba near a village is treated as an emergency. Not exaggeration. Protocol. The black mamba can reach 18 kilometers per hour over short distances. She can strike accurately at a moving target from over a meter away. When cornered, she doesn't deliver a single warning bite. She delivers multiple bites in rapid succession, maximizing venom delivery. Without anti-venom, mortality from full envenomation approaches 100%. Death typically comes from respiratory failure within 7 to 15 hours. In rural sub-Saharan Africa, 7 to 15 hours is often longer than it takes to reach a clinic. The Mozambique spitting cobra. This snake solved an evolutionary design problem. Most snakes need to bite to envenom. This one doesn't. It spits venom with accuracy up to 2.5 meters. It aims for the eyes. The documented hit rate is disturbing for any animal without specialized training. Venom in the eyes doesn't cause death directly. It causes permanent blindness if not rinsed with water in seconds. But the real function of this adaptation is creating distance while the snake escapes. The Mozambique spitting cobra can accurately spit venom at targets up to 2.5 meters away, aiming specifically for the eyes. The venom doesn't cause systemic death if it only contacts the eyes, but the resulting blindness, if untreated within minutes, can be permanent. The evolutionary logic is precise. This weapon isn't designed to kill you. It's designed to blind whatever is threatening her while she escapes. She weaponized inconvenience. It doesn't use the spit to kill. It uses it to buy time. That distinction is more frightening than it seems. It means it evolved a purely defensive weapon that blinds predators as a side effect. Up to here, snakes that kill through geographic proximity, through speed, or through range. The next level belongs to those that raw venom potency separates from everything else. Level 3, where science measures the unnameable. The inland Taipan, the most potent venom ever measured in any land snake on the planet. A single bite contains enough venom to kill more than 100 adult humans. Its venom is 50 times more potent than the eastern brown snake, 100 times more potent than a rattlesnake. And then the detail that reorganizes everything. It's considered one of the least aggressive snakes known. It lives in the arid interior of Australia, far from significant human populations. Rarely seen, rarely disturbed. Number of confirmed human deaths attributed to it, 0. The snake with the most potent venom in the world has never killed a confirmed human being, because it evolved in perfect isolation from humans. The inland taipan's venom contains a unique combination: neurotoxins, hemotoxins, myotoxins, and nephrotoxins, all 4 major venom categories in a single bite. A full envenomation carries enough toxin to theoretically kill 100 adults. It lives in one of the most remote regions of Australia, crossing paths with humans a handful of times per year. 0 confirmed human deaths. The most lethal venom on Earth, protected by the isolation of the animal that carries it. The coastal Taipan. A close relative, same venom potency, completely different behavior. Highly nervous, extremely fast, lives where humans inhabit. Before antivenom was developed in 1956, the mortality rate from its bite was 100%. 100%. There was no documented survivor of a coastal taipan bite before 1956. The antivenom came about because a herpetologist named Kevin Budden captured one in 1950 to extract venom for research. He was bitten during the capture. He died the next day. The snake he captured provided the venom that eventually saved everyone who came after. Sometimes science advances because of those who didn't survive to see the result. Before 1956, every single documented bite from a coastal taipan resulted in death. Kevin Budden, the herpetologist who captured the specimen that made antivenom development possible, was bitten during the capture. He held on and transported the snake to the laboratory. He died the following day. The antivenom derived from that snake has saved hundreds of lives since then. He never knew. Level 4. The absolute anomalies. Belcher's sea snake. Indo-Pacific. The debate about the world's most potent venom involves it directly. Some toxicologists argue its venom is 100 times more potent than the inland taipans. If true, it would have the most potent venom of any living vertebrate. The problem? It frequently bites without injecting venom. Most recorded bites in humans are dry bites. No envenomation. It has no interest in wasting venom on something it won't eat. You are too large to be food. The potentially most venomous animal in the world chooses not to use that venom on you. That's not a comfort. It's a very precarious distinction to rely on. And then there's this one, the King Cobra. It isn't the most venomous per milliliter. It isn't the fastest. It doesn't spit. It doesn't attack from water. But it's the only snake that actively hunts other snakes as its primary prey. The only one that builds a nest and guards its eggs, behavior with no parallel in the rest of the order. The only one that produces a sound different from the standard hiss, a deeper frequency that herpetologists describe as almost a growl. Russell's viper is responsible for more human deaths than any other snake species. The reason isn't potency alone, it's geography. It lives in rice paddies, farmland, and roadsides across South and Southeast Asia, exactly where the highest concentration of rural workers without rapid hospital access lives. The venom attacks simultaneously. It destroys clotting factors, attacks the kidneys, and causes local tissue death. The bite often happens barefoot in a field, at night, far from any clinic. And it's the largest venomous snake in the world, 6 meters, capable of raising the front third of its body to the eye level of a standing adult. Its venom isn't the most potent per milliliter, but it injects volumes that no other snake can match. A full King Cobra bite contains enough venom to kill an elephant. And it's intelligent in the most disturbing sense possible for a reptile. Researchers have documented individuals that memorize routes, recognize caretakers, and display behavior that doesn't fit what we expect from a cold-blooded animal. The King Cobra isn't the most venomous. It isn't the one that kills the most, but it's the only one that seems to understand what it's doing. 8 snakes. 8 ways to die that nature perfected over 60 million years. The one that kills the most by being where the poor work. The one that bites before you realize you're close. The fastest one any human can run from. The one that doesn't need to come close to blind you. The most potent that never killed anyone. The one with no survivors before 1956. The one that chooses not to use its venom on you. And the one that understands what you are. Russell's viper kills more people annually than any other snake species. Not because its venom is the most potent, but because it lives exactly where the most people live without protective footwear. The venom attacks the blood's clotting mechanism, the kidneys, and local tissue simultaneously. A single envenomation can trigger complete kidney failure requiring dialysis months after recovery. The black mamba can sustain pursuit speeds that exceed a human's comfortable running pace over short distances. When cornered, she delivers multiple bites in rapid succession, each fully envenomated. Without antivenom, mortality approaches 100%. Death from respiratory failure comes within 7 to 15 hours. In rural sub-Saharan Africa, the nearest antivenom is often further than 15 hours away. The Mozambique spitting cobra tracks moving targets and aims specifically at the eyes. The venom does not kill on eye contact, it blinds. Permanent blindness within minutes if not flushed. The evolutionary logic: a blinded predator cannot pursue. She doesn't need to kill you. She just needs you, unable to follow. The inland taipan's venom combines neurotoxins, hemotoxins, myotoxins, and nephrotoxins, all 4 major venom categories in a single bite. A full envenomation carries enough toxin to kill 100 adults. 0 confirmed human deaths. She lives in a region so remote that the conditions required to be bitten, and the conditions required to die from it, almost never occur simultaneously. Kevin Budden captured the coastal taipan specimen that made anti-venom development possible in 1950. He was bitten during the capture. He held on, transported the snake to the laboratory, and died the following day. The anti-venom derived from that snake has since saved hundreds of lives. He never received any of it. The Belcher sea snake is collected bare-handed by fishermen across the Indo-Pacific because bites are rare and envenomation rarer still. Some toxicologists place its venom potency at 100 times the inland taipans. The debate continues. The snake itself remains indifferent, docile, slow to bite, rarely venomating on contact. The deadliest potential venom in the ocean belongs to an animal that almost never uses it. The King Cobra is the only snake that builds a nest, guards its eggs, and, documented in research settings, recognizes individual human handlers. It responds differently to familiar versus unfamiliar people. It communicates through a sound below the standard hiss frequency that researchers describe as nearly a growl. It can raise a third of its 6-meter body to eye level with a standing adult and hold that position while tracking movement. It is aware of you in a way most snakes are not. The problem was never the snake. It was always the distance between where you are and where the anti-venom is. This was dark passage.